Hey, what's up? It's your boy Paul Brantley. Um we're gonna get into a new show today. It's SWV and Xscape. Calls the show is called The Queens of R&B. Well, it starts off with them showing the group of ladies showing their background. How both groups journey to all the way up to now. Then we move on to Tiny and Candace. Tiny and Candy is in the studio listening to some of their music that they made years ago or something like that. As they doing that, we got Tamika who end up showing up and stuff. So they end up sitting down, chit chatting. Candy asks Tamika where's Latasha, and she said she thought she would have been there, but she haven't spoke to her since they haven't been speaking since the incident that happened in Vegas. They had a show in Vegas, and Candy and Candy and Tamika got locked out of their dressing room. Tiny and Latasha was, in theirs, they were cool. So, after they got finished performing and whatever, and all that, they got that figured out or whatever. Supposedly that Latasha ended up after the show was over, their show and whatever in Vegas was over, that she ended up leaving. That she Tamika felt a certain way because she didn't check, because her sister didn't check on her and make sure that she was all good and whatever, because they dressing room must have had still been locked or whatever. And so they ended up having this text, and I'm doing a text back and forth. They got into it through texting, because Tamika felt the way about, both of them felt a way about the whole incident. And during the text messages, Tamika, Latoya, Latoya, Latasha ended up saying something. They ended up doing back and forth, and Tamika said, if you had an ass, and that made Latasha feel like she was being body shamed, and so you got Candy and them and Tiny and them there. They and all that, because when Tiny was laughing at the text messages because it was funny to her. But Tamika ended up asking, like, was she was she body shaming? And Tiny said, agreed that she was not body shaming, but but it may have came off that way to your sister. And I said, Tiny, that no, girl, she was body shaming. I said she was body shaming, because I said you didn't have to give that remark back. You could have just left it alone, because you said what you had to say, and you should have just left it alone. But you gave that remark back, and you knew exactly what you were doing. So, Candy ended up saying, I hopefully that y'all can work this out, because if y'all do, we can go on tour. We just got done doing the versus battle with SWV and everything. And, we're trying to do something we would like to do a tour with them. Do something, a tour or a show with them. We would like to do that. Excuse me. So they did a little chit-chatting about that. We ended up moving on to SWV. SWV was rehearsing. So they ended up taking a break, talking to their manager. The manager told them about, that he had they coming up on their 30th years in the business anniversary, and Xscape will be coming out on their 30th next year. So they wanted to plan on maybe doing a show or doing a tour. And he asked them, how do they feel about it? What do they feel about it? What they thoughts about it? And the lady said yes, that they would be down for, if everything works out. But it was Taj for me. Taj went, yeah. She went, it'll be good, it'll be cool. But she went, why do I feel like it's gonna be like we finna we finna run into some mess. And they bust, Coco bust out laughing. I said, bitch, they a mess. Because that's what this Brad is about to be, a hot ass mess. So we move on from there. We move on to So we move on to Latasha. They show Latasha at home with the family. Her son just graduated from college and stuff, playing professional. He played basketball, college basketball. Hopefully that it leads to him getting into the NBA. Good luck. So he ended up asking his mom, so how things going, so what's going on, and it seemed like they chopped it up a lot. So it's like she just said that when I'm just dealing with some stuff, when I'm on stage and stuff, and I'm not if I'm not in a good mood or negativity, I can't focus. So she said, she don't want to be around negativity and stuff. So, they showed that, and then we move on to Tiny. They show Tiny at home with the family in the kitchen making I don't know if they was making shakes. They was making something. And so we seen through all that. Then we move on to Tamika. So Tamika at home with her husband. She got 3 kids and whatever. Her husband is I want to say body security guard for was it New Edition? I think it was New Edition. I'm not sure. He's a security guard, yeah, and stuff. He ended up asking what she got to do today and stuff, and she said she got to meet up with SWV, her and the ladies, to see if they can work together and all that stuff. So we move on from there. We end up moving on to the ladies having a meetup that Taj set up a meeting to get both groups together, and she talked to Tiny about Tiny making sure that the other ladies come. So they set it up because she would like to get this tour going because she thinks that it's a good idea, and it would be nice to go on tour with Xscape because they've known Xscape since Xscape been in the industry, and they look at them as like they little sisters and stuff. So as Tiny ended up getting there, then Candy got there. They agreed to each other and all that good stuff. Then here comes here comes Tamika. Latasha, I mean. Latasha ended up coming. When Latasha came in, she said, hi, everybody, hi. It was Candy in that stank ass face that she made. It's like, girl, what's with the face? It's like, I don't get you. It's like, but you make that face all the time. But it's like, what's with it? Because it's like the bullshit. She came in, she said hi to everybody. She went, hi, how y'all doing? Hi, everybody. Hi. But you got that stank ass face and rolling your ugly ass eyes. And I'm like, here we go with the bullshit. So, come in, sit down. Then come, Coco came. Because Coco was like, I ain't trying to be on time. This stuff I love me some Coco. Yeah, some Lily. They're my girls. Todd, they're my girls. I love SWV. So she ended up coming. Then here come Tamika and Lily. They came. And, Lily always got SWV cloak merch on. All the time. Girlfriend gonna make sure SWV is in the place and representing. So told Tamika go sit by her sister. She tell her sister, you look cute. And her sister like, thank you. I ain't bitch. I said, you can't tell. I said, you could have told. I said, you could have been. I said, oh, here we go. I said, you could have said, you look cute too. You look cute too, girl. You could have did that. You could have been nice because she was being nice to you. And it's like, here we go with the bullshit all the way around. And so they ended up, talking about coming up with ideas for the tour or the show. And we got Tamika, because Tamika then came up with a whole bunch of different stuff that she wanted to do, because um she grew up listening to SWV and everything. And this is something that she's been thinking about. So, some of the ladies are throwing back ideas. As they throwing back ideas, you got Latasha sitting there on her phone, just looking like she didn't want to be there. So Taj so, hey, is you okay? What's going on? You good? She went, oh, I'm good. She went, so she went, I just got reservations. And Taj went, reservation for what? She went, just this whole thing, because we got issues, going on in the group. And I think we need to solve these issues before we do anything else. And when she said that, when she said that, she said got issues, there's no, communication and stuff. And this is when Coco came in, and Coco was like, oh no, before that. So when she said that, and she said like, there's no communication, this and that. Taj went, it can't be that bad. Whatever it is, can't be that bad. And this is when Coco came through. Taj went like, it's the communication. Coco was like, okay. Coco said we don't communicate half of the time, but we get over it. And we don't communicate half of the times, but we get over it. We get out there, get on stage, and do what we gotta do, regardless of if we're not talking that day. We pissed off with each other. We get out there and we get on stage. We do our job. That's just what it is. And she said that Taj Latasha went like, yeah, but it's more than that. Coco went, no. Coco, I promise you, it's not. It's not. Whatever it is, it's not, girl. Like, SWV trying to tell him, like, what y'all arguing about is not that important at all at this point in y'all life, in y'all career. Like, y'all have made it to the status of, legends. I say y'all are legends. And y'all, as a group, as Xscape, y'all are legends. Y'all have made it. Y'all have worked y'all ass off to get to this point in life and in the field that you're in. And the fans love and celebrate you. And y'all got this turmoil going on for some bullshit. For no damn reason. Instead of just dealing with it and moving forward, y'all don't do that. That's just a side note. Getting back to where I was. That's when Taj ended up saying, like, can we give y'all some advice? She said, whatever it is, y'all are too important to the culture. Y'all too important to the culture to, actually be doing all this and stuff. It's like, y'all grown as hell. Then this is when Tiny ended up coming in. Tiny said, we're gonna deal with it, the issues as a group, so that we can move on. So we can move on and move forward and hopefully do something with SWV. And this is when Latasha was like, that may not be what I want to do. Okay. Now, Latasha, girl. Now you just being, I'm just going to say it, you're just being a bitch. You're being a bitch right now because you're not making any sense. Like, if you really want to put it to bed and whatever, you could have had a talk with your sister. You could have been dealt with everything else and moved forward. But all this, I don't know, that's not what I may want to do. I don't maybe not want to go on a tour. Girl, bye. Bye. Bye at this point. So when that was going on with Tiny and Latasha, it was Coco for me. Coco went, oh, Coco went, I need a drink. I said, bitch. I love me some Coco. I said, Coco girl. With that shit, with them glades over there, yeah, you need a drink because this shit is crazy. Because you need a strong ass drink dealing with them. Dealing with them ladies. And this is when Lily ended up, coming in. Lily wanted, Lily ended up saying, these two girls right here, she ain't, hell tell we don't be getting along. She ain't shit. They could be mad at me. Both of them can be mad at me, but we get over the shit and keep it moving. Because we're too grown for this. Lily says, Lily said Lily said y'all need to just take all the personal shit out of it. Take all the personal shit out. She said, it's always something with ladies. When it comes, it's always something with ladies. And then she says, we take shit from our man, from our boyfriend, husband. We'll take shit from them and then give them a second chance. But when it comes to us women, it's like we doing all this and that. And I said, when she said that, I went, yeah, she got a point there. She got a point, because y'all will take these sorry ass man back in a heartbeat. They done slept with you, your cousin, your sister, your mama. They done did everything on the sun, but you'll take them back at a drop of a dime because you love them. But if you get into it with your bestie, your sister you call, your blood, it's like, oh, nah, we done here, bitch. We done. I'm through with you. But you ain't never through with that man. They had me right there. Lily also said that, we need to grow, as women, we need to grow up. Because the fans are the reason we're here. SWV is going to Africa because they doing a performance for a rich guy in Africa who wanted them to come out and perform and stuff, and they'll be making 6.5 figures from performing and stuff. So we move on from there. We move on to Candy at home with the family. It was pizza night. Yeah. It was pizza night. And she's saying that, she said she let Ty be the man in a relationship. Be the man, take the lead. I said, girl, why you lying? Girl, stop lying to these damn cameras, because we know you the man in the relationship. We know it. 100%. She said, but I don't do what he say, and whatever. But I let him believe he the head man in charge. It's like, girl, no, you don't. Shut up, lying, because we already know you don't. Moving on. So we move on to Latasha, Tamika, her mom, and she took her daughter with her, oldest daughter with her. They went on to her mom's house. Her mom wanted them to have a meeting with the girls, with her daughters, because she wanted to get down to what's going on. When they got there, Latasha hugged her niece. She hugged her sister, and her sister said, oh, we hugging today? Oh, she went, yeah, we families. We're going to always be family. She went, oh, I'm your sister today, too. It's like, okay. Okay, so after they did that, the mom want to go into, the mom got down to it. She went, so what's the issue? She asked Tamika. Tamika explained it. She explained what happened about in Vegas, and all that stuff. She called her sister Beyonce, walking through and all that. She gave the whole dialogue. Doing her explaining it, her mom whispered to Latasha saying she's jealous. And that to me was like, what the hell you doing? You ask your daughter what's going on, and she's telling you what went on that caused all the issues that led up to them doing the text back and forth. And then, Latasha ended up giving her 2 cents, saying, you called me, you said, if I had an ass and stuff, they were in Texas. She said I wasn't body shaming you. And so they went back and forth. They were saying slick stuff to each other. The mom ended up saying something to Tamika, and Tamika took it as you always taking her side, and that caused the mom saying like, "What are you talking about?" She went, "I do take your side," and stuff, which caused a whole nother thing. It caused them to get into it about Tamika saying that her sister and her husband stole her money because she ended up getting a royalty check from the group, the Xscape group, but they sent the money to to the sister, to her sister and her man. Sent the money to them, the check or whatever. And so she said she had evidence of it because her best friend got the stuff. Her best friend was gonna turn her in, and she can still turn her in. And she saying, Latasha saying like, that ain't happened. What? That ain't happened. I ain't stole no money from you. What are you talking about? And the mama saying, cut the cameras or get out my house. Cut the cameras, get out my house. Get out my house. Cut the cameras, get out my house, to the camera people, because she's trying to cut it. I'm like, okay. And, that caused the whole thing. And that's all that happened. Like, subscribe, comment, share on all social medias. It's your boy, Paul Brantley. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll get back at y'all later.